But if there is one thing I can do, it is to win. And keep winning until I attain my dream. My dream is already smeared with blood. I don't regret.
Griffith is one of the strongest unit in this game. He is a 3-part unit, so this will be a long video. So sit back, relax, grab a coffee and let's start. On placement, he has an ability called Eclipse. When this ability is used, he will brand your units and enemies. During the eclipse, demons will start spawning. And when these demons collide, yes collide, enemy or not, they will die instantly. And when the enemies collide, they are considered a sacrifice. After eclipse is over, Griffith becomes darkness state. This is second form. He costs 103,000 to maximum out, putting him on the average side. And with Monarch he deals 238,000. But his passives makes up for it. But I won't be talking about this unit. Why? Because darkness mode is completely useless. To activate his light mode, you simply use Eclipse ability again. Remember how darkness mode costs 100,000? Light mode costs 0 yen to upgrade. Simply place Griffith 4,000 yen. Use Eclipse, and use it again right afterwards. Eclipse won't be on cooldown when he becomes darkness. One of light mode's passive is it maxes itself for free instantly. And due to the 0 cooldown, it only takes 5 waves to get light mode. For the cheap price of 1,000 yen, you get top DPS/support. Moving on to passives. Firstly, he applies repulse on attack. And if he attacks someone under repulse cooldown, he deals 30% extra damage. On top of that, he slows them down by 30% for 10 seconds. And now if he hits someone already under the influence of slow, he makes this a 50%. This makes units like Bacon a crazy support for Griffith. She applies repulse and slow very effectively, giving Griffith a near permanent 30% damage boost and 50% slow. There are also units like Astolfo for his Flaoe repulse, or Weather Report for his slows plus bubbled. He also lowers damage reduction of all enemies in range by 20%. So Gleeful Disorder, the X-stage boss we all hate and despise, he would have around 80% damage reduction. Griffith would lower this to 60% when Gleeful is in his range. So if your unit normally deals 500,000 damage, Gleeful will take 400,000 damage lesser. But with Griffith, you will deal 100,000 damage more to Gleeful, for a big cost of 1,000 yen. Now remember how he brands units. Each branded unit gives him 5% damage boost and 1% range boost, so I thought Iwatch would make a great pair, since he protects the rares and deals crazy damage himself. But he only deals 465,000 damage if Monarch. That's only 75k DPS even with 3 supports. Nextly, he buffs 40% damage boost to allies in his range. And apparently, the buff decreases if your unit is branded. And back to Eclipse. Griffith still spawns in Demon from Eclipse, and every branded unit spawns 1 more demons every 30 seconds. And when these demons collide onto enemies, Griffith gains 2% damage. This can go up to 100%. Now on to team comps. If you want to see totally maximumed out Griffith, this is your go-to. But this team sucks and I will explain later. These teams are, if you want to make Griffith a hyper carry like Iwatch, and this is my favorite team, essentially having 2 Iwatch. But in my opinion, Griffith is best used as support with your normal teams. Also additional note, TLDR, you must not spawn kill, or Griffith doesn't get buffed. Now I will calculate DPS for each team. With 0 branded, he deals 19k DPS. This is his maximum DPS with no units to brand. With his 30% damage passive, he deals 155k DPS. With Monarch he deals 477,000 damage, or with passive that's 620k damage. Next with Bacon and 4 airs. With Monarch he's dealing 775,000 damage every 5.5 spar. And thanks to Bacon, he has his 30% damage passive almost at all times. He's dealing 1 million damage every 5.5 spar. That's 180k DPS, not mentioning his damage reduction. On top of this, if you have a 20% bow, he will deal 930k damage. Or 1.2 million damage with his 30% passive. That's 216k DPS with Monarch. Before you say oh then guts must be better, let me remind you that he's a support with 40% damage buff, repulse, slow and costs 1k yen. And now let us slot in Blacksmith instead of Goku. This gives us 15% damage boost, because Goku is 5 placement. That is 1 million damage instead of 930k. With his 30% passive that's nearly 1.4 million. That's 250k DPS. Want to go even higher? Replace any of the rares with Giselle. But this sucks, because Giselle costs 120k to maximum. Griffith can't brand on his light form, meaning you need to earn 120k during his dark state. And yes, I've tested, that his clones counts as separate units. Anyways, that's a 15% damage boost. That's 1.2 million in base. With 30% passive, that's 1.6 million damage. Or 286k DPS. But yes, in my opinion he's the craziest support in game. His best trait is Monarch and best familiar is Full Burb depending on how you use him. As summary, he costs 1k to maximum, best used as sub DPS or support. Easily top 5 unit in the game. Hi, you've made it to the end. This video took me 11 hours to make, so I really appreciate you watched it. I've made a new Discord server. For anyone who's competitive, or want to ask questions, or just make friends and hang out or even talk to me, come be sometime. You can let me know you finished the video by commenting done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.